Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, alpha traders. Welcome to Clown World and Crypto. Brought to you by Trader Joe's, Chili Spiced Dehydrated Pineapple, and Good Games Guild. It's nothing like freaking trading some Good Games Guild and eating some dehydrated chili spiced pineapple. Here to tell you. That is food eating advice, not financial advice. So let's see here. What are we doing, Bitcoin? Ranging. Could be doing it the rest of the year. That's why we trade volatility, probability, and statistics. Right? 2 weeks ago, previous, right? My bias is 100K Bitcoin by the end of the year. I'm going to have to see some things happen to regain that bias. Right now, my bias is trending, probably in a 10K range, 44 to 54 for the rest of the year, driving people crazy. Because in my opinion, this bull run's just kicking off. I see people talking about, bear market now, for sure. Bitcoin's going to a negative $1 million. For every Bitcoin you owe, you're going to have to pay the blockchain $1 million. Get your checkbooks.
I'll take them all.
I'll just go throw a rope on around a branch out in the woods somewhere. If that were the case, I'd be fucked. Okay, let's see here. But all that being said, we're never going to be out of a bull run in Bitcoin. So people don't realize. I can pull up the yearly chart, the quarterly chart. The only thing those charts show is a little bit of capitulation here and there. If you look at the yearly chart, there's 2 red candles. That's it, right? Since the beginning of time. This baby, people taking profits. That's what's going on. And of course, right, there was bear div on the weekly between returns and price action. Powerful returns oscillator. So there's no doubt that we have had this 40% pullback so far. Is it over? In my opinion, we're going to have a weekly candle close lower than this weekly candle. We could get a weekly candle closed down here by the mean of this projection. That for me would pretty much signal the bottom, right? And that this is why we trade the way we do. That would just be my bias. We come down here this week and we hit a first standard deviation, normal distribution, which right now is at 45,164. We close this weekly down at the bottom of that range. Like I said, I think Bitcoin the rest of this year, get out my handy dandy little artsy fartsy tool here. Could be something like this. Right into the new year. Then we just curve our ass right back up to the upside. That's kind of what I'm looking at. This could be right up to the end of the year. Magic. So we're just going to have to wait and see, right? See how this wants to play out. But there's going to be a lot of sell pressure happening right here. For sure. It could keep us in this range. This is why we use these projections, right? This gives us a nice tight 68.3 Laplace range here to range in. Whatever. So boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm not even running smaller time frame projections at this point until the end of the year, unless we really start running. Now, we get daily candles closing above this weekly 68.3, right? I was talking to MJ about it. I was like, don't count out this thing's still running to 100K, right? But right now my bias is the range. But if we close some daily candles up above 53, 54K, let's just say 54K to be safe, this thing could work its way up the next few weeks right to that 95 forward. It's about $100,000 Bitcoin. I mean, hello, we dumped 30K right here, right? In 2 weeks. Don't think Bitcoin can't make these moves. Maybe you should go back and look at the 2015 to end of 2017 bull run, for crying out loud. Powerful. Very, very powerful. And Bitcoin loves those 30% pullbacks, right? We had a 40% pullback. And usually after Bitcoin does do those big pullbacks, it likes to pump 100%, right? It really does. It likes to pump up 100%. Where's that at? About 85, probably about a $85,000 Bitcoin, a little under. Maybe Bitcoin makes a run to 80K by the end of the year. But this is why I'm trading the lower time frames. Being said, let's check out some intraday stuff. What's Bitcoin doing here? Typical Bitcoin. Remember, first day of the week, what did I talk about? I was like, while we're in this range, this is going to be the most important chart you could probably trade because Bitcoin is going to have fun probably ranging in these 1SD ranges, whether it be Laplace distribution in between those two white cross lines or normal distribution, the blue cross lines. Right today, we bounced off to 68.3 in the center of the weekly range. Right, let's freaking bang this a little bit. Let's do a little scale. There we go. We open up the day, reject off the daily range. Right, that wick right there almost got to the center of it. Came down, got a wick down to the 68.3, bounced off of it, right back to the bottom of the daily range. Then we trended down, almost got a wick to the first standard deviation. Candles closed up by the daily S1. Had a little bit of a move up, another test to this S1, and then we rocket shipped up to the top side of the 68.3. Dumped down to the wick directly to the middle of the weekly range. Where did we go after that? Right to the center of the daily range. While people are out there trading other crazy lines on their chart, they just love to draw. We're using price action volatility ranges and distribution levels. It's all that matters. I don't care what anybody says. And anybody that's in this Discord knows that to be true. That's why we use this. That is why we use it. Let's see here. Start from the bottom, actually. It's at 39 bars. Let's set this projection back here at 39 bars, shall we? That. Yeah, so pretty much off of the bottom down here. All right, we shot outside of the 99.7 Laplace on this 15-minute projection. Of course, it's going to come back in there. It's literally a 0.03% chance to stay out here. So it comes back in. That's that weekly range. Right above where the 95.4 is. So right now we're just ranging in between the 95.4, 99.7 Laplace. Forward short, 100%. That's what's going on. See if anything else sticks out to me. Where's this new daily range going to be? It's going to be right around the this new daily range is going to drop down today, unless I'd say by the end of the day we pump up, get up there close like yesterday, up around 52. That's going to pull that daily range up tremendously with that end of the day volatility. But as of right now, it's going to drop. It's going to drop probably into the weekly range. Going to be down in this area. You might get the top side of the volatility daily volatility range outside of it, but the center's definitely going to be inside the weekly. This right here, this is volatility central around this weekly range. If we do not separate ourselves from this weekly range, right? And I'm talking a few $1,000s. This price doesn't get up to 53, 54. The rest of this weekend, this is going to be a magnet for price action. We could get major bounces, maybe go down to the 1SD every day, right? depending on where those new daily ranges are at. But this weekly range is going to be a magnet for price action. So having tomorrow, right? If we get this daily range right in here, this could be fantastic. Some fantastic deviation level trades. Well, we're going to have to see how tight the daily range is. Today was pretty tight. Did it trend? Yeah, trend down, trend up. Quite a bit of price action. Thousands of dollars. You remember back in the day when a $500 Bitcoin move, remember when Bitcoin's like 6K, $500 move, everybody's like freaking out. Woohoo! We do that in a 1 minute candle now. Wait till Bitcoin stabilizes above 100K and starts climbing to these higher numbers. You're gonna love trading these low time frames. It is a no-brainer. Get on the stream chat. I see it lit up. Yeah, cool. I answered you. Yeah, to the end of the year, just because after you get a big dump like that, Bitcoin's leveling out. It was a huge dump, all right, 40% to be exact. Now it did. It pulled up from 41 and change all the way back up to what? What was that, about 52? But yeah, I think we're going to range. And that's why I'm using the projection, right? When this dump got back down inside this 68.3 Laplace, this is a powerful range. We have a 68.3% chance to range in here. That's one of the biggest reasons I say that, Sayron. All right. Now, I'm not saying we can't get outside here, right? I'm not saying that at all. And if it does, and we start closing daily candles above here, and then we get back up on top of the mean of the projection from the 60 to 30K dump, we're going to be looking for some possible upside action till the end of the year. Maybe it runs to 100K. This thing could run to 100K in a week. Everybody that's been involved in Bitcoin knows what it can do. So you never want to count anything out when it comes to Bitcoin. 100%. Don't ever do it because you will get donkey punched. There's no doubt about it. But right now in this weekly, right? I mean, it's just a doji, man. Just creating a doji right now. Oh, let's see. We got to remember there is an institutional gap up there about, if I remember correctly, at 53.5. That is going to be a very important area. Just like I want to see if Bitcoin starts closing dailies above 53.5, 54K, are we going to reject from there? So that's going to be a very important area to see if there's going to be any end of the year fireworks to go to the top side. But this maybe really could just drive everybody crazy and do this little 10K range, and if it starts dumping back down like towards 45, 40, where everybody's going to get bearish, the shorts will start piling on. That's probably going to bounce like crazy. Could go up 10K again. Just bounce around in there next few weeks. Wouldn't doubt it at all. Let's see here. Let me see. Like right now, where is price action getting stifled? This skinny white line running through here, that's the mean of the deviation bands. The deviation bands are the dots, right? Just so there's not too much noise on the chart. I've got them in dots down on a 1 width. Anybody interested in that? Yeah, powerful. And you can see on that big dump, see which one did that hit? Yeah, hit the 3 SD band. No, it's a second. My bad. Hit the 2 SD band on the daily to the dollar. Little pink dot right there. Hi, little pink dot. Bounced. So that was a lot of confluence right there, right? We know about all the other ones. It hit the third standard deviation on the weekly, right? We've talked about this before. Look at that wick right to that blue dot and right to the downside of the 68.3. If you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, figure it out. Get on the path. Just start Googling normal distribution, Laplace distribution, right? Volatility, not volume, volatility. We don't give a shit about volume. What creates the volume in the first place? Volatility, expansion, and contraction. As soon as you figure that out, you'll you'll be like what's a good word to use? I was going to say a one-legged man or a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest,
A
but that
better
one,
trader.
yeah, yeah, I should have better trader. Too. Oh shit! All right, let's see here. I'm going to go over onto the main trading chart, show you what I got set up. If these guys would ever, I mean, these damn coders, right? If they would ever just stop creating new indicators and upgrades and updates and all this stuff, I would probably be able to get my chart set. But unfortunately, these guys are go getters. They like to get it done. So my chart's changing all the time. I mean, just in the last day and a half, and my chart's totally changed. First off, what I'm looking at over here is we have the dictator is built off of it is built from an indicator that's built on Fisher transform. Okay. But we've got a pure Fisher here now, right? With two different lengths built into the indicator. And so I've got this on two different lengths set up in here, right? Got the pretty little gradient coloring on. Oh, it's a beautiful indicator. And as we got an upgrade today, if you do have the returns oscillator, you will notice there was an update to the code. What was that update? A higher time frame setting, right? So you guys all know I trade the 15-minute chart. And so if I'm trading a 15-minute chart, what's logical? What higher time frame to put on here? 45 minute, right? It's never going to change for me. It's either going to be a 45 or a 90. 45 is a lot more powerful because the direction of the 45-minute returns oscillator, those are the trades you want to take on your current time frame, 15-minute, right? That's how I work it. That's how I work it. So this is great. Great. Like for instance, like this nice big move we had on the 15-minute out of here, right? The 45-minute returns oscillator, which is the white one, already heading up. Already heading up. So then what do we have here? Okay. Here is the bottom of the returns oscillator on this candle right here, right? Then we get a higher high and a bounce off the zero mean. And what was that creating? That was creating bull div. It's from the status set right here. Lower low on price action, higher low on the returns oscillator, and a bounce off the zero mean. And the 45-minute returns oscillator was already heading up. Look at the production there. All right. That was a bit nice big bounce. What, 49 to 51.3? Hello? Hello? Is that $2,000 move and change?
Yeah.
And what? To be profitable? I mean, especially if you're just starting out, you don't need all that move. It's all about just racking up the wins. And at some time, I'm gonna trade again. I've been so busy that I'm snorting shit. I've been so busy I haven't been trading. I've been doing all kinds of other crap. Getting ready for my move. All right, I'm getting ready. I'm having one of those pods delivered. I'm gonna drop it right in my lot right next to me here where I have my fifth wheel, and then I got to start bringing everything from the storage unit, start freaking packing it away. It's gonna be a nightmare. So that's what I'm gonna be doing every day, all day here coming up shortly. So let everybody know, and of why I have been absent from the Discord. Haven't been in there a lot talking about anything. Just comment on some stuff, but have not been posting charts a lot. So yeah, so these two nice new additions. I love the higher time frame aspect on the returns oscillator. But this pure Fisher here, you see my little fish too? I put a little fish in the code. Special. Working alongside with the Z-score and the coefficient of variation that's built into the Wolfsbane. And the reason why I'm using the CV and the Wolfsbane is because I like the correlation outside line. You could just put the CV up here where it's got the variance line with the correlation below it. You could do it that way. I just like it. I like it this way. I really do. And so at the same time, let me put these are the confluences I'm telling you about, right? That we talk about all the time, right? So you've got the higher time frame. Fisher is heading up. the lower time frame fissures turning up, Z-score is heading up. You're having an outlier on the variance, right? Outlier positively correlated. And I just told you the scenario with the returns oscillator. With the low length, right now it's set on 7 on a smooth. And then my the high length obviously is a 7 on a smooth as well, but it's a 45-minute. So bammo, trade, beautiful. And I'm sure the entropy dropped in the trend. Yep, started to. Down in the trend right here, on the way up. Then you've got the Z-score historical volatility at the same time, right? Popping, boom. Z-score pops up, significantly positively correlated. Beautiful. What happened in the AVR? And shout out to Donnie, right? Donnie posted a chart earlier in our alpha chat about overlaying the APP, and that's what the white line is. I've got the APP. So this AVR is set on a 636, APP on a 36. But right when that was all going on, positive correlation and expansion again. And as what you can see, I have the grade, right? I've also got AVG, which is historical volatility and implied volatility. And that is the skinnier line here, right? That's the skinnier line here. Well, now I set the color of the AVG to the correlation direction. See how when the correlation goes negative right here? Look at the AVG going pink. Just one more signal. When that AVG is rising and it's pink, that price action's coming down, right? When the AVG turns blue, heading up, expansion, price action's going up. And then you can really, using the APP like this, you can use it to, well, along with the AVG for profit taking, 100%. But that's where these fissures come in real handy. I mean, real handy, obviously, in the variance. But the variance, you got to know how to use it because it comes down negatively correlated. And you get a lot more price action. You probably get $500-600 more price action. Well, look at the fissures. That's when the fissures turn down. So all this works together. And right there at the same time, too, right where those fissures are turning down, the Z-score is breaking the MA. Right there at the top. Boop. And bouncing off almost the 95% confidence interval there. Beautiful. Yeah. And we'll have all this out. Right. Yeah, you got the update, but we're gonna get this Fisher indicator out. The ultimate power mean, we're gonna get it out. Right. We'll have this out soon. It's done, it's ready. Just got to make a description for it because we are going to publish it public invite only. Trading View. Turn some heads, and it's amazing. There's so many settings. It's gonna take you a while to figure out how to freaking even use the thing. That's where the Discord comes in, right? All kinds of fun stuff. There's literally 5 different plots. One of the plots I have set up reverse wave trend. That's the white dotted line. Reverse Fisher is the purple line that's actually got gradient coloring. Red down, and then it grades right into the purple. Then I've got 3 variance log MAs that are set to power means, a 9, a 21, and a 33. So, yeah, good stuff. And right now, this is on the daily. All these power means that are set to the variance log MA, they're set to power mean, but the variance log MA colors, they are all telling you returns are below the mean and variance is rising. And this skinny white line, like I said before, that is the mean of the deviation bands. We're having trouble right now getting above them. Having trouble getting right above them. And I look at all the indecision on these daily candles. So I'm telling you about, we're probably going to be ranging. But that Bitcoin, I mean, it doesn't take much to get this thing going to the upside again, right? more things on Bitcoin here. Look on the 15-minute right now. Deviation bands too. We're doing one more update on them, and then we're going to publish them as well. Just adding Laplace to them, so you can switch it on and off. If you want Laplace deviation bands or normal distribution deviation bands, look at them squeezing right now. Look at these babies squeezing. I've got something coming. Last time we had a squeeze, it was a down move. Was a down move. And we are closing 15-minute candles below the Gaussian mean. Obviously, this one right now is above it. Let's see what happens. See if we can get above that Gaussian mean. Because if it doesn't, and it continues on this little trend here, yeah, could be a downside move. That's where all this works together. Because then you can go over here, just on a 15-minute real quick. See what's going on over here. 15-minute. Well, 15-minute, the actual hour means that I have set up on a nice smooth setting. It's actually in the SSMA smooth, better for trend. I can use these log MAs that are set to power means to get my power mean readings. And obviously we got wave trend and Fisher. You can see, I mean, this wave trend trying to cross up this Fisher. We're finding some support right now on top of the Fisher, and the bands are starting to trend to the top side again, right? And it's powerful. These bands change up, powerful trend ensues. So we'll see what happens. And they haven't all flipped yet, but they're getting really close. So hey, maybe we get an end of the day run. Like I said, if we don't get above 53.5, 54, start closing daily candles above that area, we're going to get stuck down here in the 68.3 range on the weekly. No doubt about it. In my mind, anyway. There is no doubt about it. All right, let's see here. Let's pop up to a daily real quick, which my high time frame setting is going to disappear. That's fine. Don't need to see it. Or no, it's not. It's just going to look a little whacked. Let's see here. Oh, and that's interesting. So when you have it set on a higher time frame, when you go up to a daily, you would think that 90-minute would disappear. Nah, it still shows the 90-minute. It's actually pretty cool. To be honest, it works both ways. Now it's on a lower time frame setting. Huh. Hey, good to know. Okay, what's going on with the returns oscillator right now? There's no div, no bear div of any type. See if anything's changing over here. Yeah, I mean, the Z-score historical volatility coming down, positively correlated sloping at start. I mean, if you see this turn down on the daily, I mean, we could get a little rise in price action. We are on this 36 setting anyway. The volatility is expanding, negatively correlated. That's what's keeping this price down. And on the daily, right? Boom. These deviation bands right here. It's the same thing. It's over on. Whoops. Wait a minute. Oh, geez. It's the same thing right here, right? If I put this on a daily, I'm gonna confuse everybody. Here we go. Scale this back down. Boom. You can see, right? This is the mean of the daily deviation bands. It's no difference. Here's the mean of the daily deviation bands. It's not going to be different just because we're on different charts, all right? So if we can get above here, close the daily above the mean here, we could run. We could run. I'm all for it, right? Everybody is that trades Bitcoin. Let's go. Bitcoin's a lot more fun when it's just off the leash. Variance is these last like 4 days, variance has really dropped. So it's getting down to this baseline again, close. So on this time frame, right, we're waiting for another variance move. Want to see variance? Because what is variance? It's a spread of data around the mean. Variance only goes up from this baseline. Variance never goes below this baseline, right? Variance only goes up. Then it comes back to that baseline. The thing is, how do you know? Okay, so there's spread of data around the mean. How do you know which way? By correlating it. If any of you super fan idiots are out there listening to this, you correlate it. You correlate variance. You correlate the volatility. You donkeys. There, had to get that out of the way. Got dogs at my feet. People are knuckles. Anyway, the daily, I mean, hey, the Z score has been down here dicking around with these confidence intervals to the downside, the 90 to 95, the 99. You know, at some point, what does it do? It's going to freaking work its way back up. Work its way back. Go to the 2-day real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Like I said, right? Like I said on this 2-day. You go all the way back to this low on the returns oscillator. We got a higher low. We're starting to put in a higher low. This returns oscillator turns up here and gets above the zero mean. Look out. Why do I say that? Let's look at all low, lower low, lower low. All right. Bunch of bull div. Bunch of bull div between returns and price action. I could give a shit less about the RSI divergence or stochastic divergence or MACD divergence. Absolutely useless to me. I want to know the divergence between the returns and the price action. That's all I want to know. How are the returns on my investment doing? Yes. Okay. Hey, Andy. Oh, good. He popped in, popped out. Popped in and popped out. So before I get off Bitcoin here, does anybody have any questions? Pop up on the 3-day to show you the bull div building too. Same thing. Same thing on the 3-day. Low, higher low. This never really created, I guarantee if I probably took this off smooth or lowered the smoothing a little bit, it would have created another low. But same thing on the 3-day. Bull div building. Bull div building. The 3-day Z-score never fully got down. Z-score starting to turn back up. Variance is starting to roll over, being through that negative correlation on this 3-day dump we had. So let's see, invariant, right? We get closes today. Yes, yes. 3-day and a new 2-day, new 3-day candle today. So I'll be paying attention at 4 o'clock, 100% to see how that is panning out. Yeah. Yeah, look at the ABR, you know, the 3-day, right? Right when this baby rejects right here off of the Gaussian mean. Expansion, negative correlation, right? You can see the grade rising, negatively correlated. Good stuff. But we do have this is the APP, right? That's the price percentile. It is starting to turn back up. It's starting to turn back up. So we'll be looking on this new candle, see if this thing looks like. This probably is what's going to happen here. I'll tell you what, that's really not too bad of a 3-day candle either, guys. All right. It's not too bad of a 3-day candle for some continuation to the top side. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's see here. Probably going to see this returns oscillator jump above the zero mean on the close of the day. You see her rejection right there? Pay attention. Pay attention. I mean, it's not really going to be a any hidden bear to say, because you got the two highs on the oscillator are about the same. But you can see right here on the 3-day, right from the top. I mean, look at the rejection off the zero mean. See that 3-day rejection right off the zero mean coming from what? A bunch of bear div. These are some of the most powerful moves. I'll say it again. If you haven't heard me say it, download that in your database up in your brains. The bounces off the zero mean or the rejections off the zero mean when there is divergence along with it, pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Okay, no questions. Let's go over here to and let me put VRE on the MATIC as well to just show you. You remember in yesterday's stream, what was I talking about? Right about right in here. I was like, here was yesterday. This was MATIC's daily range. Here's the top of it. Never got tested. What did I say during that stream? Look for MATIC to come down and test this area. Was this a test? Close enough. Close enough. At least it made a run at it. You know, the 1SD would have been a little better, right? Would have been a little better. I even front ran this daily S1 on MATIC, right? This daily S1 on MATIC, but not low enough, right? My order was literally at about 221 and it only got down to 2.22 and then ran. And from that bottom to the top earlier, lucky I don't find you, Matic. I was only 16% move, no big deal. Obviously, I wouldn't have ran. I wouldn't have held on to that trade all through all this. I'm just saying, total move from this pullback, from a test to that, that's a test in my opinion. Close enough. Let's see what the percentage was. See how close it got. Whoops. Oh, down mute, man. Yeah, 1.5%. It's close enough. That's close enough for a test. So then Matic goes on a run. Good for Matic. Let's go over here now. Let's look. Not on a 3-day. It's not even gonna pull up. Yeah, not having an outlier on the daily, but it is definitely variance rising, positively correlated. Got the Fishers both turned up too after the little dumpy dump. And like we talked about yesterday, resilient Matic. Bitcoin dumped off 40%. Hell, this is almost a 40% candle. But if Bitcoin would have popped up like this, Bitcoin be right back up at at least 55, 58K, somewhere in that area. But then you find Bitcoin down there at 50. So it's all good. Matic is resilient. Let's see. Is there any dips? There's not. Nope. Didn't get any hidden bull off that. Definitely was not a low on the returns oscillator. Let's see the 4-hour. That's where the hidden bull was. The hidden bull was on the 4-hour. All right. Hidden bull was on the 4-hour from this data set right here to here. And we got a nice pop. Boink. Got a nice pop. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, I'll tell you what, look out though. Look out. What's the returns oscillator doing right now? It's rolling over right under. If this rejects off the zero mean, right? This rejects off the zero mean. What is that? It's bear div. You could see Matic back down here. Please let it be, especially during this tight. So if this bear div, if we get a rejection off the zero mean here on Matic, right? Divergence between returns and price action will be bear div. Trend change, right? Trend changing divergence. you'll probably see this variance turn up negatively correlated. So where's a good area to look for? So we go to the VRE. Maybe the weekly. Maybe get a nice solid dump down here to the weekly, around $2, around $2. Could we get lucky enough to get MATIC? Remember, I talked yesterday. You see MATIC down here by this monthly range again. You better pay attention because this thing could bounce out of here like a bat out of hell, man. Right? Cats with gas on their ass. They could be flying, but more likely, maybe we come down here. Let's look for maybe tomorrow, especially if that bear div plays out and say Bitcoin takes a drop. You're going to see MATIC down here around $2 probably. Wouldn't doubt it at all. And if you see some 15-minute candles trying to close below this weekly, know it's coming to this monthly down here about $1.80. We're going to be paying a lot of attention. This is one of the tokens that is highly tradable this month because of that tight monthly range. Sayron posted something nice in the Wolfpack chat for everybody who's in the Wolfpack. Check that out. Gave like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different tokens that have tight monthly ranges. Something good to look for. But yeah, that's interesting. Right now, what's going on the 4-hour? Pay attention. All right. That returns oscillator is set to a 7. It's the smooth returns oscillator. Let's see what this is looking like on a 15. So I can use this 90-minute, or yeah, what do I got it set to? 45? Yeah, 45. Right now, though, right now, though, look what's going on. This is such a powerful method. How many times have you guys heard me tell you before that, say you're scalping low time frames, that you want to use a returns oscillator on a higher time frame, and whatever way that returns oscillator is going, take the scalps in that direction. Right now, the 45 is turning right back up, right? Turning right back up, big time. Right here, it was flat. So do you take this turn to the upside? You could have. It wasn't that much of a move, though. Wasn't that much of a move. And then it came right back down. But now what did it build? A lower low on price action on these 15-minute data sets. Higher low with what? A bounce off the zero mean. This thing could take off towards the end of the day, maybe go back up to 250. Right? Even though, and it's not even going to budge that 4-hour that's setting up for that bear div. That'll just make it even get tighter up into that bottom side of the zero mean. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Always want to look. Like right here. 45's heading up, right? 45's heading up. Right when that returns oscillator turns up on the 15, woo! Get this nice pump on MATIC. Nice pump on MATIC. Same thing here. 45. You get the returns oscillator bottom right here, correct? It starts to turn up. As soon as that 45 takes that first step up, boom, that's when that move starts. Wham! Wham, wham, wham. Same thing here. 45-minute heading down, right? Heading down, returns oscillator. What's it coming off of? It's coming off of bear div. From this data set to this data set. 45's already down. Returns oscillator turns down with the bear div. Slam. And look at these percentage moves. Let's just look at this one right here. Gonna be safe too. Almost 10%. About 7%. I mean, if you're good enough to get down here on this wick, get over here a little bit. Another 10%. So you got two 10% moves to the top side, a 7% move to the downside just by playing that strategy. For sure. For sure. So and it takes time staring at the charts, looking at everything that I just talked about, seeing how all these indicators work together. What time is it? 2:44. Let's see. Say Ron. Well, what you got to do. Take the RO off your chart, save your chart, then reload the page, then go to your indicators, pull up the RO, and you'll see it in the settings. The higher time frame one will be in there. But so take for example, say I want to do the 4 hour. Let's go to a 4 hour. Then I'm going to go into the returns oscillator because if I'm doing a 4 hour, I want to know what's going on with the daily RO, right? So instead of having the higher time frame one on 45, I'm going to put this on a daily. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. And look right here. So the daily starts heading up, right? The daily's heading up big time. Well, look at the 4 hour ROs heading down while damn Bitcoin's going, or MATIC's going up. So as soon as that 4 hour though, right here, turns up at the same time, with that pump up in the daily, you get this nice big move, and the daily continues up all the way, all the way. So you can go up here, boom, take your profit, sit out, right? You see the daily continuing to rise. You're waiting for this returns oscillator to turn up again. You're in the trade again. Another nice move. And those are way bigger percentages. Let's see if we got in right there. 20%. Two 20% moves doing the 4 hour daily like that. So yeah, powerful. But I would rather sit down here on the 15-minute, right? That's what I'd rather do. Put it on a 90 or a 45, I mean. Boop. All right. Voila. Good stuff. Good freaking stuff. Let's see here. It's going to take a peek at. I had some Luna's fine. I mean, Luna's hasn't really got up above 73 cents. I was looking for Luna to have a big pump too, but it's never been over about 5%. I think 5-6% gain today. So at the close today, obviously, especially, you know how these things roll. I'm going to be paying attention to both of these this weekend. I'm hoping that bear div on MATIC plays out and we get this drop down to about $2. If MATIC drops down to that weekly range, be looking on this low time frame for some divergence, right? For some divergence. And not only what you got this bull div right now, but hell, look at this low. I mean, so there's literally a couple stabs there from right here. Low, 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 lower low. At some point, when you continue to build this, especially with this bounce, this is usually when those stabs are going to play out for a considerable higher move that's going to bring this data set up higher than all these. We'll see what happens, because that is bull div, right? It's a real trend changing. Chess Aaron, that should be the fix. That should be the fix. I did not even gander. Let's see something real quick. See more worth looking at. Yeah, definitely. Well, I thought SPY was going to go down a little bit today. Look, there hasn't been another time in history where the biggest morons on the planet are in control of the money printing machine. They are destroying this fucking country. It's sad as shit. If they turn off that money printing machine, do you know what's going to happen to the stock market? It's going to it's going to dump bad. It's going to dump real bad. You're going to see some historic blood in the streets. That's the only thing keeping it up. People panic selling out. SPY will dump off a bunch. And the next day, Fed comes in, turns their money machine on, and pumps the start and buys and buys and buys and buys. Sickening. Sickening what these people are doing. Hopefully one day they all pay for it. Bring back the guillotine, man. Who wants to get in line to pull the freaking cord, huh? So the line's going to be around the corner to hang all these fuckers for treason. Let's see here. Okay, before we wrap up, anybody got any questions? Probably just going to be Sayron. Time to fly, Julia. Either one of you got any questions? I'm sure one question is, you just gave me a chart and now you changed your chart. Time to fly's laughing right now. Yeah, we'll talk about this tonight. Pretty sure it's tonight. Yeah, Wednesday. We'll talk about it. Let's see here. What else can I look at? Doge, why don't you just go die? Take Shiba Inu with you. Shit coins. Shit coins. No use case at all. Meme coins. People are, oh, it's the future of cryptocurrency. Okay, whatever. Buy them up all you want. Did I mention that this episode of Clown World and Crypto is brought to you by Trader Joe's chili spice dehydrated pineapple? Great for trading. It's spicy too. It's right now in the 15-minute on MATIC too, right? ABR is flashing. Entropy. Flashing. And we printed all this bull div. The 15-minute candles are above the Gaussian mean. So what is the high probability of happening here? A move up. A move up. So then, look at these deviation bands. Look at the 1SD. It's right back up there, almost 250. Which is the 1SD. No, it's a little higher, 254. It's probably the monthly here. Yep. Yep. That is the monthly R2. R2D2. Yep. Monthly R2. Which is going to be some resistance. Okay. Obviously, we had the price action got above the daily 1SD, but there's a 68.3% chance these candles are going to close inside it. And it did. We got stuck here in between that monthly too for a little bit, bouncing off top side of the 68.3. Let's see what happens right here. My opinion, this thing's probably going to go back 250 right here. Maybe a reject, maybe go back up 1SD. What was that other band at? Well, what do you know? 2SD band is right at the 2SD band over here on price action is the 1SD on the daily. So right here is the 1SD band, and right here is the second SD band on price action. Boom, boom. It's going one of these places. Probably not going to exceed here, right? Very rarely, especially, that's how you use these things. You love it when these are spread out. When they're tight like this, you're just waiting. You're like, when volatility bands tighten like that, they're squeezing price action. It's gonna squirt out one of the directions. Really is. And this was tricky right here, right? These candles were closing below the Gaussian mean. That's why you got to be patient. You got to be patient. This thing pulled up and closed above it. Next candle, wham, it took off. So very rarely are you going to get by the 2SD. And so this thing might go up another what? Oh, 10 cents, 244 to 254 by the end of the day. We'll see. We will see. But at the same time, that's why you just got to pay attention. Obviously, the probability is for that to happen, to go up to one of those areas, 250, 254, right there somewhere. You can watch this entropy, because if it does that, you're going to see another trend. You're going to see this. You're going to see this entropy drop. It's already starting to drop right here, but obviously you got the correlations to the downside. Oh, hi, little precious. Hi, little girl. I got a wolf. I got a wolf. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, it's about time for us to wrap this baby up. Let me see if anything else is sticking in here. Oh, what do you know? Gold and silver aren't doing shit. To all you gold and silver, all you metal hoarders out there. Isn't that shit heavy? It's got to be heavy on your soul too, man. You just know you got a closet full of gold and it's just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But we're going back to a gold backed dollar. Okay. Okay. Gold will never be sound money again as long as the central banks are involved, as long as there's paper gold. Never. So I don't know what you people don't see, right? What is the only real sound money right now? I don't even have to tell you guys. You know, right? Bitcoin. That is really the only legitimate sound money right now. So, and people are figuring it out. People are figuring that out 100%. Yeah, we got a little turn down here on MATIC right on the 15. But there's yeah, hidden too. See, we got the battle right now. We got the battle going on to the bull div and the hidden bear. This would be good to show. Time to fly and her daughter. All right. See all the lower lows on price action there, right? Or all the lower highs, and then all the lower lows here. And the top side over here got higher highs. And the bottom side down here got higher lows. So you got the battle of the hidden bear and the bull div going on right now. You can see, boom, this thing's flushing, right? Does this come down and create another lower low down here? No, this is not a price action trend line. Does this come down and maybe to another like 3 cents or something, create another lower low on price action? And then this returns oscillator turns up again. These are the trend lines, though, on these indicators you can actually use. Something's got to give, right? This thing's either going to dump down below or it's going to freaking turn back up and bust up above. Something's going to happen here. And we got about an hour left in the day. So this last hour on MATIC, this is about to get real volatile. Real volatile. In my opinion, this thing is probably going to come down. It's already at a lower low. This candle closes in 3 minutes. If it closes down here, but you got to look over here. Where's the new daily range? This is so typical. What is MATIC doing right now? This is right around where the daily range is going to be. So the price action's coming down to be right here around this daily range. If it comes down to the top of the daily range it had today, you're probably going to see the new daily range right around in the same area. And it could bounce off here, play that 15-minute bull div going into the start of the new day and rocket ship up to new all-time highs. Let's see what happens. As I get ready to go walk the dogs, I'm not going to be partaking. Hopefully, though, we still got 4 15-minute candles. I'm going to have to leave the park early and get back here about quarter till. Okay, so that being said, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, maybe you didn't hear me before. This episode of Cloud World and Crypto is brought to you by Trader Joe's. Right? Chili spice, dehydrated pineapple, and Good Games Guild. If you haven't looked into Good Games Guild, you should. Right? Do your own research. You can stake it. Right? You can stake it. And the staking rewards are paid out because there's profit sharing. All the profit the guild's making, 50% of it goes to the stakers. And right now it's like a 40% yield, I believe, annual yield. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful indeed. Yeah, I aped in. I got on the monkey bars and aped into it. Not financial advice, but I would do my own research on it. Yikes. And hey, I got to go. This is an important call, guys. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, 2 p.m. See ya.